do you think of Bob Nagle? Isn't he awesome?
Bob Nagle, he's our big friend here on the show.
He is, and I had to mention Bob because he deserves it.
I do radio. Bob Nagle set me up for success here, doing radio with him at Notre Dame.
Well, you are taking a live look right now at the broadcasting Michiana and Irish legend, Bob Nagle. Here he is with us today.
For more than 40 years, from Parsegian to Freeman, Nagle has covered everything from national championships to high school state titles, from the sports anchor desk, the press box, and courtside at Notre Dame.
And here's a look back at Bob Nagle's incredible career.
Just love the idea of someday seeing it, not on a game day. Just see it before you died, you know.
What started out as a dream turned into a way of life for Bob Nagle.
Notre Dame has gone to the championship game for the 6th time in program history.
Bob was raised Irish Catholic and moved to Mishawaka with his parents and 5 brothers and sisters in 1966, where his love for Notre Dame football grew.
I had a chance to get to know Eric Parsegian. I used to go out when they had practice, and I would get his autograph on the way into the locker room, and then his autograph walking to Cartier Field. This was before the Joyce Center was built, and they were finished anyway. And so then you'd wait, you'd go get a burger or something over at the huddle, and then you'd be there when they got done practicing. I'd get his autograph again, and walking with him, and he'd say, didn't I just give you an autograph? Yeah, my cousin's not feeling well, and I told him I'd get, you know.
A little guy with a big personality. He found his voice, so to speak, at Mishawaka Marian High School.
I was too small for football. My freshman year, I was 5'2", 180 pounds. My sophomore year, I was 5'3", 185. So I was getting beat up every day by high school All-Americans. Our head coach, Bob Nagle, who was a Hall of Famer, said, "Nags, I'll tell you what, you're gonna get beat up." He said, "Why don't you run our new videotape equipment?"
What he lacked in size, Bob made up for with a booming voice and took his first job with a local radio station when he was 23 years old.
My first year of broadcasting was 1977, and the football team won the national championship that year.
That same year, Bob began calling games for Notre Dame.
And then the following spring, in March, Notre Dame men's basketball went to their only Final Four in St. Louis, and I got a chance to be part of that.
From men's basketball to Frozen Fours for hockey, the College World Series for baseball, and 2 national championships for women's basketball.
Notre Dame is national champions!
He has become a staple in Michiana media for more than 40 years, and he has the stories and impersonations to prove it.
So Coach Holtz rode over in his golf cart, pulled out his pipe, and he said, "Bob, I'm going to tell you something, our offensive line is in disarray." And I said, "Coach, I can see that." He said, "Let me ask you a question." He says, "You got any eligibility left?" And I said, "Well, as a matter of fact, I do." And as he drove away, he said, "That doesn't surprise me in the least."
You can find Bob on Notre Dame's campus most days.
The other question I had is about the patience that sometimes you really need to show, as you did against Louisville, as you did Saturday.
I thought you were talking about my patience.
Well,
Thank you.
While Bob was living out his dream at Notre Dame, his father realized a lifelong dream of his own.
My father was involved when his last 9 years of his life, he was the superintendent for Ellerbe Architects on campus, was involved in building about a dozen buildings out there. And he said, "I always told my mother I'd go to Notre Dame someday, and I go every day now."
That love for Notre Dame was passed down through generations. 2 of Bob's 3 children work at Notre Dame now, and his wife, Mary Carroll, just retired after 42 years at the university.
If his eyesight gets any worse, we're going to make him an ACC official. Yeah, good puppy.
As they sit on the porch of his childhood home, where he raised his own family, they're embracing the next chapter of life, and he contemplates his own future, borrowing from his friend Lou Holtz.
The secret to success is to find something you love to do and see if somebody pay you to do it. So I don't want to retire. I always used to get mad at Harry Carey and Jack Brickhouse. Why don't you guys retire? You're 75 or whatever. But I totally get it now. I mean, you love what you do. I love preparing for games. I love to travel. and seen so many great moments. It's really been phenomenal. I think, you know, Lou Holtz had a famous saying that if you do what you love to do for a living, you don't ever go to work. So I'm not sure I've been to work yet.
Well, it's so good to say this. Our good friend Bob Nagle, great to have you back with us on ABC 57 Kickoff. You officially hung up the microphone now in 2022. Now that you've sort of had a chance to maybe reflect on all of those years of service, what do you recall as some of those favorite moments?
Well, one of the big announcements was when they told me I'm going to be hosting the show next year. So,
oh,
wait, no.
We've got a surprise for you.
Yeah.
Breaking news.
No, we can't do that. Just, you know, when I worked with ABC 57, we had features that we did every week. That was so much fun and a way to wind down a little bit, I guess. But just had amazing things happen. People talk today about, are you going to the national championship game last year of football? I've been there, and I've had a chance. I've just really been blessed to have a chance to do, as Lou Holtz said, if you do what you love to do for a living, you never go to work. I don't think I ever went to work. I enjoyed every day of it.
Well,
So.
Bob, what do you miss most about your broadcasting career?
I think it said deadline. You know, you never get to go in at 20 after the hour and say, look, I'm not right. I'm not ready. Can we just move this back maybe a half hour? No, you can't do that. So the deadlines were obviously a concern on local TV, but I really love doing games. I love doing games on radio. I love the Notre Dame women's basketball experience. 33 years and 2 national championships and 8 Final Fours and a lot of free dinners. It was really a great thing.
What was your best free meal?
All of them. All of them were great.
Well, speaking of national championship, you brought the bling today. Take a look at this. He's got the national championship, and you said one of your greatest moments was getting to say?
Notre Dame is national champions. That was when Enrique Ogumbawale made the basket to beat Texas A&M, and it was a great win for the Irish and Muffet McGraw. And, you know, we both went out at the same time, 33 years, and had so many great memories. And it's the people that you worked with. The players obviously were great, and that team last year was a great team and just didn't get it done at the end, but it was every bit of a talented team that we ever had.
Can we talk about that 2018 team for 1 second before we move on? Both games, she hit the game-winning shot,
Yes,
right?
she did.
Everybody knew in the championship game she was going to get the rock in the final seconds, but she still got it off and still won the championship. Which was the better call for you? Was it the semifinal or was it the championship game?
Well, you can't have one without the other, obviously. But, you know, what was great was after Enrique made the shot, we won the national championship, Muffet and her staff had taken the video of how A&M would play the inbounds pass. They would have their big girl right in front of our girl, and then she would drop back and give some room to the other players. And that's when Enrique snuck by her. And so it was a great combination of talent, coaching. And, you know, last night I watched the championship game of the WNBA. And it was so great to see so many of our Notre Dame players in that game and helping to decide the championship. And that was just fun to watch. And you're thinking back of all the, you know, when the girl from Las Vegas, she had 13, 14 points last night. Jackie Young. And I remember being on the bus going back from Tennessee when Jackie Young had a triple-double in that game against Tennessee, at Tennessee. And somehow the game ball got on the bus. I'm not sure how. But I got on the bus and I said, hey, Jackie, I got something for you. And it had the Tennessee logo on it and everything. And so we gave her the ball that night, and that was neat. But there's so many great moments.
Well, you've been there. You saw some national championships for football as well. How would you compare this Notre Dame team this year to some of those great teams of the past that you were a part of?
Well, I think it goes back to when Ara Parsegian, you know, first year they almost won the championship. Next year, he had a guy named Bill Slock at quarterback, and then Terry Hanratty came in. And it started the elevation of the program that took it to its great levels. Muffet McGraw had the same thing happen. 97, we went to the Final Four, and we got to play Tennessee down in Cincinnati, and we took them apart. No, we didn't. They beat us pretty good, but we had gotten to the Final Four. And then Ruth Riley and Kelly Seaman and that group came in, and 4 years later we won the championship, 2001. And so then you see the Final Fours, and you see all the All-Americans that we had along the way, and then get back to a national championship. And keep in mind that in 2018, we had lost 4 players to knee injuries that season. And so people had to step up, and people are talking about next year.
Yep.
And we've got some real quality players coming back, Hannah Hidalgo, obviously. But we're going to have some people that are going to step up and take those opportunities and run with them. I think Neil's going to have a terrific year next year.
Well, it's also a first. You've been doing this for so long, but it's a first. You actually brought your family.
I did.
Here with you. You've got some grandbabies here for the first time.
Well, starting at the oldest is, let's see.
Starting lineup there.
You got Kathleen, you got Emmett, and you got Mary
Look at how
Catherine,
cute
my
they are.
wonderful wife, and son-in-law, my favorite son-in-law.
Well, Bob, we certainly can't thank you enough. You are the best. For old time's sake, take us to break here.
Well, no, because then you got to stop talking. But no, we're you know what's great is normally I'm sitting in my chair, my favorite chair at home, watching this and getting the fever going for the day's game. So it's great to be here, and we'll be back with more of ABC 57's kickoff show in just a minute.